In life, some things are given and some things are earned. This is what I've been talking to my daughters, my daughter Layla, my daughter Jaylyn. I've been discussing with them this week about life and how some things you have to work for, you have to earn them. Some things are given. Like my love for them is a given, but their grades, their honor roll, their going to college and getting a degree, promotions at work, those things are things you have to earn, right? They're not always given to us like freely, right? Freely given. So, my relationship with them, me taking care of them, they don't have to do anything for me to take care. I'm their dad, I'm their father. So I'm going to take care of them regardless, right? This is Jerry Franklin Poe coming at you again with another segment, 31 Days of Sharing. That's right, folks. Twice a day for the whole month of December. I know it sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm sharing twice a day live on social media. So I wanted to share this evening with you. My last segment for today is fighting. What are we fighting for? If certain things are given and certain things are earned, right? And we have to distinguish between the two. Like we have to know what are the things that you're going to have to go out there and earn in life. What are the things that you're going to have to go out there and get and earn them? So if you're going to have to go get them, if you have to go earn them, then that means you're going to have to fight for them. And reluctant success, this concept I'm developing to help people achieve more in their life and in their business, with their family. This concept of reluctant success, as we are building out this coaching program for folks to help them, one of the key concepts in life is that you have to learn, or you have to discover, or you have to recognize or realize, you have to realize your way to fight in life. We all are fighting. We're all fighting for something. The question is, what are you fighting for and how are you fighting? We all have different styles. And I think about in boxing, there's different ways that people fight. Like Mike Tyson had a certain fighting style versus Evander Holyfield had a certain fighting style. Some people are brawlers. Some people are boxers. Some people use their jab. Some people try to go for the knockout right away. All of us in life have different ways in order to fight, in order to operate. But the question you have to know, number one, is what are you fighting for? That's the first thing we have to establish in our lives, is understanding why and what we're fighting for. Why are we fighting and what are we fighting for? And then the key is, when it comes to reluctant success, is to know or recognize your way to fight. I know that personally, I've been fighting my whole life. There seems like nothing has ever come extremely easy for me. Even in school, when I was in elementary school, middle school, it seemed like I had to work a little bit harder to learn certain concepts. I had to struggle. I had to push. I had to put in a little extra. It was like persistence and perseverance became my go-tos for everything. Like I knew that I was going to get knocked down a couple times. I always had to get back up. And all of us in life learn processes. We've learned procedures. We've learned strategies. Some of us are bigger risk takers than others. Some of us like to think about things more. Some of us are analytical. What is your way to fight? The biggest key to success and being successful in your career, in your life, in your business, with your family, is understanding not only the way that you fight for things that you want, the way you fight for things that are important to you, but also understanding how other people fight as well. What is their fighting style? Now, when I say fighting, I know people are like, oh, fighting, that sounds aggressive. That sounds like we're hurting people. No, fighting isn't always about hurting people. Fighting is just the thing that we have inside us that drives us. We know that there's this response in all of us. It's called fight or flight. We either run away from things or we go and fight for them in the battle. So we're all battling in life for something. We're all pushing for something, and that's the fight. That's the fight that's in us. You hear people say it's not about how big the dog is, it's about how much fight is in the dog. We all have a certain level of fight in us. People call it heart, right? We all have a certain way we fight, a certain style of fighting that's in us. It's a way that we've discovered to help us win. The question is Have you discovered your fighting style? Have you discovered your way? Are you still trying to figure out your way? See, I had to understand, and I had to not only just understand, but I had to become comfortable with my fighting style. I had to become comfortable with the way that I approach problems, and know that it may take me a little bit longer to figure things out than other people. It may take me, a longer period of time to get to the result. They would say that it's not how fast, it's all about, slow and steady winning the race. I'm probably on that slow and steady track. That's where Jerry Franklin Poe is at. Like, sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to see the answer. It takes me a little bit longer to process things than other people. But that's okay. Because you have to know not only your style, but you have to be comfortable with your fighting style. Some of us are not as tenacious as others. Some of us are not as resilient as others. And that's fine. The key is you have to learn and be comfortable with your style. You have to develop ways to win with your style. Like, when you think about movies, I'm a big movie person, a movie buff. When you think about Rocky, it's a boxing movie, a fighting movie, right? He had a certain style, but then at some point his style stopped working and he had to adjust his style for another fighter. That's important too, knowing when to shift or adjust a style to match up to the problem that you're facing. Yeah, I know that sometimes I take too long to come to the answer. So sometimes I have to just trust my gut instinct. I have to just trust that, okay, what I'm feeling rather than what I'm thinking is right. So even though I feel more comfortable with the process of analyzing, I feel more comfortable with the process of thinking things through, when I feel more comfortable with the process of taking time to solve a problem, well, sometimes that way of fighting doesn't always lead me to the result I need in that moment. I don't have time to think. I have to just go with my feeling. So I remember it was Rocky 3, and Rocky 3, he got knocked out by Clubber Lang. I think Mr. T was the character. He got knocked out by that character. So he had to go from a person that was a brawler who would always stay and trade punches, punch for punch for punch. That was not working against Mr. T. He had to go and he had to learn how to adjust his style and lead with his jab. He had to learn how to move, to like hit and move, stick and move, boom, boom, boom. He had to learn how to avoid getting hit in order to be able to win that battle. So in life, we have to know that we're fighting. That's right. Some people don't even know that they're in a battle. They don't even know that they're fighting. They're just going through. Stuff is just happening. They're not even in it. You have to know that you're fighting. You have to know what you're fighting for. You have to know why you're fighting, and you have to be comfortable with your fighting style. But you also may need to learn to adjust your fighting style. You may need to learn to adjust your strategy every once in a while in order to get the objective that you want in life. So I challenge you today to look at, how do you tackle problems? How do you tackle challenges? How do you deal with the stuff that shows up in your life where it feels like you're battling? What is your style? In the comments, put down what you think your fighting style might be. Are you one who likes to attack things head on? Are you one that likes to think things through? Are you one that likes to feel your way through it? Are you one that likes to talk it out, to talk your way through it? What is your style? Are you a one who likes to get things done? Are you one who likes to get it right? Are you one who likes to get along? Or are you one who likes to get recognized? What type of fighting style do you have? So until next time, my friends, be valiant, be vigilant, and be victorious.